Matt, did you sign up? I had called you earlier or somebody, but Griselda Vera?
I didn't hear that name.
That's correct.
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 I didn't hear that name.
And now from McAllen City Hall, a meeting of the McAllen City Commission.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's City Commission meeting. We'll begin with Pledge of Allegiance, followed by an invocation by Commissioner Mayor Pro Tem Sebi Haddad. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please bow your heads. Dear God, we come together today with a shared responsibility to serve our community. Grant us wisdom to see clearly, courage to choose what is right, and hearts grounded in compassion for every person we represent. Help us to listen with humility, to lead with integrity, and to make decisions that uplift the whole community, especially those whose voices are often unheard. Guide our words, our actions, and our intentions so that we may do here today reflects justice, kindness, and the greater good. Amen.
Amen. We have a couple of proclamations, well, a few proclamations. First, we have Blessing Bag Awareness Day. Commissioner Cabeza de Vaca.
Come on, Barb. Come on, Mr. Kelly.
Guys, why don't we get some of y'all on both sides of the commissioner? That way y'all,
This way.
there you go.
It is with great pleasure, good afternoon, to present this proclamation. Dylan has a big heart, and he went ahead and find the need and start working with other volunteers to satisfy that need and try to help those in need. So, man, when you see our youth, you know, taking the steps to help the community, that's what makes McAllen the greatest city here in the United States, the community and the heart. So, Dylan, thank you, man. Appreciate it. City of McAllen Proclamation, State of Texas, County of Hidalgo, City of McAllen. Whereas Dylan Kelly, founder of Mike High Blessing Bags, transformed a 4-H Healthy Texas Youth Ambassador Service project into a registered 501c3 nonprofit organization. Blessing Bags supported by a dedicated 30-member students committee. And whereas the initiative began in August 2024 to address food access gap at McAllen High School, and has since expanded with community support to serve McAllen ISD students and surrounding organizations. And whereas April is recognized as Global Child Nutrition Month, bringing awareness to childhood hunger and the importance of consistency access to nutritious food, as nearly 1 in 3 children in McAllen face food insecurity. Whereas with 73% of students in the district classified as economically disadvantaged, access to reliable nutrition remains essential for students' academic success, health, and well-being. And whereas Blessing Bags are thoroughly designed to be compact and discreet, containing multiple meals and snacks that fit into a student's backpack to provide nourishment over weekends when school meals are unavailable. And whereas the organization has demonstrated significant growth, expanding from serving 40 students to 400 students every 2 to 3 weeks, and distributing more than 3,300 bags, equating to nearly 22,300 meals since August of 2024. And whereas throughout collaboration with McAllen ISD, social workers, counselors, and local partners organizations, Blessing Bags ensures the assistance reaches the most vulnerable children while maintaining their privacy and dignity. Whereas the City of McAllen recognizes the importance of addressing childhood hunger and encourages local businesses, organizations, and residents to support Blessing Bags through donations, partnerships, and community engagement efforts. Now thereof, I, Pepe Cabeza de Vaca, City Commissioner of the City of McAllen, Texas, by virtue of the authority vested in me, and on behalf of the Mayor and the City Commission, do hereby proclaim April 13, 2026 as Blessing Bags Awareness Day. Congratulations.
I just want to say thank y'all for coming, and if it wasn't for my parents helping me every single day, this started as like a little project for a week, and then it became 2 weeks and then 3 weeks, and then we try to do this every 2 to 3 weeks, and we're feeding kids are facing food insecurity throughout McAllen ISD, and it's just a blessing. Thank you.
Big heart, big heart.
Easy in.
We can step up.
Brother Pody?
Ya, ya no vamos a salir.
There we go. Looks more organized.
Thank you all. And next we have Community Development Week, Commissioner Castillo.
God bless you. God bless you.
Great job.
I mean, we're a different shape.
Good evening. Buenas tardes. City of McAllen Proclamation, State of Texas, County of Hidalgo, and City of McAllen. Whereas the week of April 6th through the 10th has been designated as National Community Development Week by the National Community Development Association to recognize the importance of community development in fostering a vibrant, exclusive, and resilient neighborhoods. And whereas the City of McAllen has received federal funds to assist with the rehabilitation of several city neighborhoods, the rehabilitation of or construction of hundreds of homes and public services and economic opportunities reaching thousands of residents. And whereas the City of McAllen has effectively administered and customized its community development programs for over 50 years, and as a result has improved the conditions in our city, including the management of over $90 million in funding for community development programs to the Department of Housing and Urban Development. And whereas the Grant Administration Department remains committed to leveraging federal resources through multiple programs under the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development to implement innovative projects, promote equitable development, and build a more prosperous future for all McAllen residents. Now, therefore, I, Rodolfo Rudy Castillo, City Commissioner of the City of McAllen, Texas, by the virtue and authority vested in me, and on behalf of the Mayor and the City Commission, do hereby proclaim April 6th through the 10th, 2026 as Community Development Week.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, members of the City Commission, colleagues, and members of our community. The Community Development Block programs have served communities across the nation for over 50 years, and the City of McAllen has been fortunate to benefit from these funds since the program's inception. It is both a privilege and a deeply rewarding responsibility to work with these resources. I would like to recognize my team and our Community Development Board here with us today, who work diligently and selflessly to ensure these funds are administered in a manner that meaningfully enhances the quality of life for our residents. Because of their dedication, we are able to make a tangible difference, helping our low-income families achieve home ownership, creating inclusive spaces where our children of all abilities can play together, and supporting critical infrastructure improvements throughout our community. These are just a few examples of the impact we are able to make. We are truly grateful for your continued support and partnerships, and we encourage your ongoing advocacy to ensure that these vital resources remain available to serve the residents of McAllen. Thank you.
Thank you.
And next, we have National Public Safety Telecommunications Week. Commissioner Rios.
Telecommunicators are more than dispatchers. They are first responders, providing critical, life-saving support before help arrives on scene.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you how to stop the bleeding. Listen carefully to make sure we do it right.
April 12th through 18th marks National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week, a time to honor the dedicated professionals who answer the call when our community needs help the most. Serving police, fire, and EMS, our emergency telecommunicators are the calm voice in critical moments, delivering life-saving instructions and coordinating emergency response when every second counts. From the first call to the final response, they are the vital link connecting our community to police, fire, and EMS services. To all emergency communication staff supporting the McAllen Police Department and our combined fire and EMS teams, thank you for your service, for your professionalism, and your unwavering commitment to keeping McAllen safe.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for being here with us today. As elected officials, one of our top priorities is public safety. And today we're going to showcase and bring spotlight to this very special group, and they are the public safety telecommunicators, because they are the first people who we reach in an emergency, working behind the scenes to make sure that the right information gets to first responders quickly so lives are protected and their help gets there safely. So today we bring some spotlight to you. When a call is made, McAllen answers. Here we go, guys. State of Texas, County of Hidalgo, City of McAllen. Whereas emergencies can occur at any time that require fire, police, or emergency medical services, and whereas when an emergency occurs, the prompt response of police officers, firefighters, and paramedics is critical to the protection of life and preservation of property. And whereas the safety of our first responders is dependent upon the quality and accuracy of information obtained from citizens who call 911, and whereas the public safety telecommunicator is the first and most critical contact our citizens have with an emergency service, and whereas public safety telecommunicator is the single vital link for our first responders, and by monitoring their activities by radio, providing them information and ensuring their safety, and whereas McAllen emergency telecommunicators have contributed substantially to the apprehension of criminals, the suppression of fires, and treatment of patients, and whereas each dispatcher exhibits compassion, understanding, and professionalism during their performance on their job. Now, therefore, I, Rolando Roli Rios, City Commissioner of City of McAllen, Texas, by virtue of the authority vested on me on behalf of our great Mayor Villalobos and the City Commissioner, do hereby proclaim the city of April the 2nd through the 18th, 2026 as National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. Congratulations.
Hello, my name is Juan Gloria, your City of McAllen Fire Chief. So to our mayor, to our commission, our city manager, thank you for the opportunity. And again, this week is for them, the men and women that, step forward to put on that headset, pick up the phone and provide direction to those in need. and of course, to always keep a watchful eye and, always providing the information that our first responders, regardless of what uniform they wear, police, fire, EMS, they're out there taking care of you, taking care of our community. So again, this week is for you all to recognize the effort that you all make. Again, the men and women that protect the city of McAllen. Please give them a round of applause and thank you.
Stand up. Squeeze over. And finally, we have the most fun one, Mayor's Monarch Pledge Day. Me.
All right, Monarch. There are so many different birds. No, birds in our city right now. They're all migrating.
Hey, John.
They're beautiful.
There you go, guys. You look
We're supposed to have a big.
Yeah, John.
Here.
Watch that tail. Come back here. I told you that this was a fun one. I look forward to it towards this time of the year. It's not every day that I get to wear my monarch wings and run around with the kids and dress up and really celebrate what truly is a representation of our city, and that's the monarch butterfly. So make sure, if you can, it is fun out there. Take your kids and have a blast, and of course, learn a little bit about the monarch butterfly. Today, I have the honor of doing a proclamation. Whereas monarch butterflies are important pollinators like bees and hummingbirds, helping flowers grow and keeping nature thriving. April is Monarch Month, a time to celebrate them, and all are invited on Saturday, April the 25th, to kick off the Mayor's Bug Parade. So remember to wear your orange and wings to walk with me. This marks the 6th year partnering with the National Wildlife Federation through the Mayor's Monarch Pledge. By partnering with more than 20 organizations across the Rio Grande Valley, including Texas Parks and Wildlife, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, Master Naturalist, Native Plant Society of Texas, Texas A&M Forest Service, American Forest, and many City of McAllen departments, we can truly make a difference. Planting native plants helps butterflies, birds, and other wildlife, while also attracting economic ecotourism to our region. So please consider replacing some of your lawn areas with small native gardens to help pollinators thrive and make your home more beautiful. The City of McAllen promises to plant more native plants and create wild natural spaces to support monarchs, pollinators, and other wildlife. Now, therefore, I, Javier Villalobos, Mayor of the City of McAllen, Texas, by the virtue of the authority vested in me and on behalf of myself and the City Commission, do hereby proclaim April the 25th, 2026 as Mayor's Monarch Pledge Day. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor and Commissioners and our City Manager. Thank you so much for your support. My name is Jamie Brown Rosas, and I am a proud board member of Quinta Mazatlan. Thank you for your continued leadership through the Mayor's Monarch Pledge and your 10 years of commitment to Quinta Mazatlan and to protecting the monarch butterfly and all pollinators. Through this effort, the City of McAllen has made a meaningful impact by planting tiny forests, expanding native habitat in our parks, engaging hundreds of thousands through education, and helping businesses and residents grow native plants in their own yards. We're also proud to have our mascot, Cuatro, with us today, representing the 4 stages of the monarch's life cycle and reminding us of the power of growth and transformation, much like our great city of McAllen. We invite everyone to join us at Monarch Fest on Saturday, April the 25th at 9 a.m. to celebrate how we can all learn and support monarchs And remember to wear orange and your wings for the popular Mayor's Bug Parade at 10 a.m. I also want to give a shout out while I'm here to Quinta Mazatlan staff and our director, Colleen Hook, for their knowledge, their expertise, their dedication to native plants and native habitat. Guys, by day I'm a banker, okay? So I never really thought I would care this much about pollinators and native plants and native habitats and understanding it. But I love it. I enjoy it. I'm proud to support them. And there is a direct correlation between all of this ecotourism and economic development. So it's definitely something that we can get behind. Thank you again, Mayor, City Manager, and Commissioners for your leadership and commitment.
Is this a new thing?
When in Rome.
That's a new thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Take pictures of whoever wants to.
Put them over there, little gallery, turn the air conditioning down.
Just change the ties.
Thank you. Sobrina. Mi prima. Esa es mi prima.
Okay, first item, public hearings.
It's the Omar Show.
Mayor, Commissioners, good afternoon.
Business is done.
All right, so these items went to P&Z on March the 17th. P&Z recommended approval on the following items. Item number 1 is rezoning from AO to R1. This is located at 8600 North 29th Street. This will be part of the subdivision Imperial Estates. It got preliminary March the 3rd. Item number 2 is rezoning from C3 R2 to M2. Item 2 and 3 are together. This is for Alhambra Phase 2. This is at 11401 North 10th Street. Item number 4 is a request of Ojos Locos for a conditional use permit. This is at 2121 South 10th Street. Item number 5 is for city-initiated rezoning. This is 48 items, and that's it.
Okay, is there anybody speak here against any of the items? Anyone to speak against any of these items? Not? Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Against? Motion carries. Item B.
Item B is a conditional use permit for the electrical substation. This pad is right off of 4551 Buddy Owens. The pad is 80 by 135. This is part of the subdivision for McAllen Public Works. The site itself is, well, this particular parcel is 250 by about 1,000. They did have the a town hall meeting on March the 25th. There was several booths to answer any questions that the 25 applicants that I think showed up had any, if they had any questions. I know 3 commissioners were also there as well. Any questions?
I make a motion to untable item. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Okay. Questions, comments on the item?
Mr. Lucio. Okay, there was a question that was prompted by Mrs. Valentin with regards to, I'm not sure if if AEP was already looking at closing or looking at 2 subject properties. Can you help clarify that issue? There was a property at, on Sherry and Buddy Owens, and then another one that was being looked at Taylor Road and Buddy Owens.
Yes.
Gentlemen.
Well, good afternoon. For the record, my name is Daniel Lucio, External Affairs Manager for AB Texas. With me, I have Joey Maldonado, who's our real estate agent. So he'll answer that question for you.
Good afternoon, good evening. So the question was about property that we have. We're negotiating a property at this moment. It's not accepted yet, but we're negotiating redlining and things like that.
Okay.
For the property.
And Mrs. Valentin asked a very legitimate question. What is the timeframe you're looking at in terms of closing?
We typically take about 6 months. We have to look at our due diligence period, looking at title work, make sure the title is clear of any And then we also look at doing topography, geotech work, surveying, environmental. So we typically take about 6 months, and need be, we can extend another 6 months.
Oh, I see. And again, to recapitulate, which property is it?
That's the one on Taylor.
On Taylor
Yes, sir.
and Buddy owns?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
I know, on behalf of myself and the commissioners that appeared, and of course the rest of the board and the mayor, we appreciate the efforts AAP did on putting up that workshop, that presentation. I found it very enlightening and certainly very informative, without saying. All your representatives, as many as you were, which I think I counted about 15 or 20, were very courteous, informative, appreciative that there were Spanish-speaking only constituents, and that you did have personnel who spoke very good conversational Spanish in helping understand the kind of the dilemma between AEP, the city of McAllen, looking at the CUP, the conditional use permit, as well, most importantly, the constituents that live in the nearby area. So we certainly appreciate those efforts and putting forth. I didn't actually count, but it looked like there was at least anywhere from 15 to 18 different families or constituents that appeared. While that may seem kind of low, actually I think that's pretty representative of the neighborhood that's nearby. As I understand, the request is for a conditional use permit for 2 years or something less than that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. One thing that I learned from I took away from that presentation is the loads that each circuit pretty much handles in a north to south geographic map. Any area between 23rd and 29th, and 29th and Benson and Taylor, and Taylor and Sherry, that if one goes out, there is an opportunity to shift the load so that way power is out. One case in point that just happened not even a week ago was, I should hope bite my tongue, but there was a certain person operating a semi-tractor trailer going down an alley, which is against city ordinance, and hit some low-hanging appears to be electrical lines that caused 2 electrical poles to be powered or knocked over. That created at least almost 12, if not 14 hours of power outage. When I spoke with Dan, it was my understanding that it appeared that had the loads been higher in the surrounding circuits, it may have been possible to reroute some of that service so that the power outage would have been less. So one of the things, and I'm going to be addressing the constituents right behind you, was, when you come here and present, I think they have very valid points, in terms of the location, maybe, at least from my personal opinion, maybe a little bit, weak on the planning part, not forecasting ahead of time sufficiently. And of course, I'm not aware of what resources you had or didn't have at the time to do that. But I also have to consider not just that neighborhood, but the rest of everybody else that lives in that area. In our example, between 23rd Street as far west as Ware Road, that they also feel the impact too, in the sense that you have to weigh the benefits or the sentiment and the opinions and the comments of Meadow Ridge neighborhood, right, which is where most of the constituents went to that presentation, versus the ones that live north, Oaks Place, Trenton Pecans, my old neighborhood, Lázaro Garza subdivision. There's so many constituents as well that can be affected from one, as I call it, reckless act that can be affected by. But I'm going to be very clear on this. If granted, which I'm sure there'll be other commissioners that will hopefully chime in, it's 2 years. And to me, 2 years started 2 months ago. That has to be it. If you're going to close and you can expedite the process to have that permanent location, even better. And understanding that, and for clarification, the property that's being considered has another use, but budget-wise, and correcting Mr. City Manager, is not going to come online until probably the next year and a half. So we're kind of forecasting, but that needs to be done, that project, for Public Works. And that's what I have to say. I cannot impress enough the sense of urgency or the time of the essence to be sure the AAP puts up its part to continue with the process with closing. and securing that property. Also understanding that the permanent substation would probably take 6 to 9 months to construct and put together, right? As I understood the skid, the temporary solution would be anywhere from a month to 3 months. If I'm wrong, correct me. And certainly, the city of McAllen needs to look at the totality of the neighborhoods, of its citizenship, to be sure that there is adequate power and we're making the right, prudent decisions, although it may be an inconvenience for some residents for a period of time, that long-term, that we have some sort of stability and consistency in the electrical power of our community. You know, and right now, electricity is it, you know, and as much redundancy as we can get, you know, this substation would help alleviate that, so we can mitigate the number of hours, I imagine, in the future of any future blackouts, or in this case from last week, you know, a reckless act that caused, you know, power outages to be out for more than 12 hours. So that's where I stand. I believe the constituents are very proud of them, the two that showed up today. I'm sure you are too, because it's not easy to stand at the podium just the way you are right now to speak out and address the issue. And they still have that position that they're against it, which I completely respect. But for my part, you know, I'm looking at it from everybody's standpoint. You know, that sometimes the needs of the many outserves the needs of the few, right? However, there's a time limitation on this that I cannot impress enough.
Yeah, no, and I want to personally thank you for showing up at the open house. You and I had a lot of discussion there that evening, and I assure you we're working hard to get this project and the permanent substation going as soon as possible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any other questions,
I just
comments?
wanted
Yes, sir.
yes, sir. I just wanted to comment once again that I wanted to thank AEP for organizing such a great town hall, and also the residents for showing up. And I see that they still have some reservations about this endeavor that we're going to do in that temporary location. Again, like Commissioner Samara said, you know, we do respect your wishes and what we need to do, but we also we're weighing the things that we need to do for the city. With that said, I just want to mention once again that it's only going to be for 2 years and not a day more, 2 years. And also the request that they asked, if possible, if they could move the plant a little bit further back so they wouldn't be too close to the curve or towards the street. If that could be done, I don't know if Ms. Rivera or someone could look at that closely, or your dynamics. You don't have to answer right now, but please try to at least move it back at least a little bit more. All right?
Commissioner, I can address that concern now if
Yes,
that would
go
help
ahead.
you. Public Works worked very hard to acquire that property to accomplish a much-needed expansion of our ability to operate from that site. The planned use for the property for the city on the backside, the side furthest away from the street, really needs to be congruent to Public Works operations. That's where we intend to move and operate the Millings repaving program, and storing that material there needs to be as close to the large equipment at Public Works as possible. The front side of the property facing Buddy Owens, will eventually be gas fuel pumps, diesel fuel pumps, fuel storage, and some storage buildings that need access to Buddy Owens, so that either city fleet has access to the fuel, or departments have access to storage and storage expansion that the city needs. So in the order of operations in terms of future expansion, it is very likely that the backside of the property will be developed by Public Works first, and then the fuel islands and buildings that need to be constructed will take a little bit longer. So pushing the temporary skid back would be a pretty big challenge.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Excellent. Any other questions?
I don't have any questions. I don't know if there's any other issues that the constituents may or may not have, or questions to be addressed to the board or the mayor. Come forward, Mrs. Valentino. Thank you.
I guess my only question is, if in 2 years they're not gone, who do I come and complain to?
I'm right here.
Okay.
I'll still be on this board, God willing.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
To add to that, you mentioned that the budget is still being proposed for the Public Works. So what's
That's a different.
Okay, well, there's no development going to be done now, so why can't you just push it more feet? A couple
The
more feet?
development occurs in phases as the budgets, as budget years progress. So previous budgets budgeted acquisition of the property. Future budgets will budget the various elements of the construction. So over the next couple of budget cycles, the city will appropriate money from the operations out at Public Works to accomplish the elements that I just described.
Can't even push it back 100, 200.
We've been trying to get this built for 5 years, so pushing it back more is not something that's in the interest of serving all the residents of the city. I know, physically.
substation.
Physically, the back part will be developed before the Buddy Owen side.
For the electrical substation?
It likely could be developed at the same time. So giving them the entire site, we need access to the back of that property first.
Saying giving them access, full access, push it a little bit further away from the neighborhood,
That won't fit with the plans we have.
Okay, what say the commission?
Mayor and the rest of the board, at this time, I make a motion to approve said conditional use permit for a period of 2 years, no more. Also, not necessarily a part of the condition, but that at least semi-quarter reports be provided to the city manager in terms of progress with regarding the proposed land acquisition, and maybe a proposed timeline once it's acquired with regards to building a permanent substation.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in
Second.
favor?
What, do you want quarterly or semi-annual? Semi-quarters and odd.
I think
No.
quarterly is more than sufficient.
No, I wanted, excuse me, but I met with AEP and I asked them to bring me that red line, bring me that contract, so I can see that there is movement. I want our city commission to know and be actively engaged in that movement of where that permanent station will be. And quite frankly, I've been disappointed. Okay, so, and I don't blame the residents at all, because all we want is some answers. So if you get that to us, and you have your legal counsel here, and I'm addressing it to your legal counsel, that we want to know the progress of this negotiation.
Yeah. No, we're still in negotiations with the landowners, so we can't disclose that information just yet. But as soon as we do, as soon as we can, we'll provide that information.
Mr. City Attorney, can I make an amendment to include that? Would it be something that's enforceable?
Are you asking to include the quarterly reports as a condition?
Yes.
Well, there's a difference between quarterly reports and I'm not sure what
Well,
total.
Yeah,
well, first,
I
there's a
agree.
question about the quarterly reports. The
I think just a
second-
status report.
Right. The second part is what Commissioner Aguirre brought up. So if you can answer my question first, if quarterly report could be made a condition, and if yes, then it progresses to the next question. As proposed by Commissioner Aguirre, could that be a requirement to provide to the city manager at the very minimum that there, that there's a contract signed and so forth to indicate some progress towards the development of the
I
project?
understand Commissioner Aguirre's concern, however, I think we're getting into issues that deal with them and
Yeah, I agree.
the other landowners, I think.
Right. But that's why I'm asking the city attorney, could it be? And if it's not, it's not. But I have to at least ask the question.
We would have to negotiate that. I'm not sure how feasible that would be.
Okay.
If we wanted to do that, then we can look at doing that with some sort of limited disclosure to only the city manager. That would involve negotiations of a non-disclosure agreement, and I'm not sure what information that you will obtain from that you wouldn't get from the quarterly report you're asking for.
Right. Okay.
I'm happy to do that. If you want me to engage in those negotiations, I'd be happy to do so.
Want that, or you okay with the quarterly? Because they're going to provide it to us anyway.
Is this
I
property?
think I made my point
Is
clear.
this property under contract already?
gonna move.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be watching them.
Then I'll just keep
I'm gonna-
the motion as stated.
Status updates.
Yes,
Is
yes,
the property under contract already?
No, currently, we're doing red line negotiations. We've seen the contract, they've seen it, and we're just going back and forth negotiating some red lines.
So there's no contract. The
Not
property-
yet, we're in the process.
Yeah, I think we're out of our scope here.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I don't think we should discuss your contract negotiations. And I can tell you, sometimes the city's been in contract negotiations for 6 months, a year.
And we don't discuss them with anybody.
Yeah, I think quarterly status updates, which would include whether something's been solidified or still in process or active, is reasonable.
Right. And I,
Given that we have 2 years on this lease, it's in our best interest to try to close on this project as soon as possible. So.
Excellent. All in favor?
one last clarification, and I know, I'm a stickler for this. Assuming it would be granted or would be granted by this board, we can revoke the conditional use permit at any time. Is that correct, Mr. City Attorney? Okay, just want to make that clear.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against?
Aye.
Motion carries. I need a motion to amend the zoning ordinance of the city of McAllen.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Against? Oh, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. I'm going to excuse myself and leave you in the able hands of Mayor Pro Tem Haddad.
Item D.
Item D.
Okay, item D is a TABC variance for 3732 Pecan Boulevard. This is for Sticky Rice Sushi. This is for a restaurant. So the reason why they need the TABC variance is just because the school's to the west side of them, so they're on the east side of the STC on Pecan. We were recommending approval, depending what you guys.
Do you have anyone here to speak against the item? Here to speak for the item?
Come forward.
Come forward. Do you want to speak for it? Does the commission have any questions?
No. I'm for it.
Want to make a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
First and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
J18, consent agenda runs through item J18.
Through J18. But we're closing the public hearing, right?
Yes, sir. You've closed the public hearing and we're on the consent agenda, item number 2.
Okay.
Items A through J18.
The commission have any items they wish to pull out or have questions on?
A through J,
A through J.
no questions for me.
Motion to approve.
First and a second. Motion to approve. All in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Item 3A.
Eduardo?
Mayor and Commission, Mayor Pro Tem and Commission, we have 4 items that are similar in nature. The first item we have is a proposed services to support the full project development of Videla Avenue from 23rd to 10th. The scope of work for the 4 items is going to be the same. I'll go over the scope of work here. The scope of work to be performed on this one is Half and Associates. Includes preliminary engineering, environmental clearance, right-of-way mapping, parcel map development and property acquisition, detailed design preparation of the bid documents, and bid analysis for award. The project entails the construction of 1.25 miles of a 4-lane urban road and incorporates the development of stormwater management, pedestrian-friendly pathways, and bridge crossings over existing drainage canals. Staff recommends option 1, approval award of the engineering consulting services to Half and Associates for the full development of Videla Avenue. This includes authorization of FY 25-26 work authorization number 1 in the amount of $124,640. Staff further recommends authorizing the future award of work authorizations 2, 3, and 4 to subsequent fiscal years as required for the project development and subject to budget availability and approval by the city manager, and we open it up for any questions.
They've worked in this area for quite a bit, right? That's why they're the right selection for this.
Yes, sir.
For this project, yeah.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
The next item is similar in nature. I'm not going to go over the full description, but I'll go over the project. The proposed services will support the full project development of Videla Avenue. This is another segment. This one is from Los Indios to 40th Street. The engineer that we are proposing is Bettis Consulting Engineers. Staff recommends approval award of the civil engineering consultant services to Bettis Consulting Engineers LLC for the full development of Videla Avenue. This includes authorization FY 25-26 work auth 1 for $153,475. Staff further recommends authorization of the future award of work authorizations 2, 3, and 4 in subsequent fiscal years, subject to budget availability and approval by the city manager, and we open it up for any questions.
I have a question, Eduardo.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Videla, you're talking east to west? west to east, I'm sorry. No. I mean, east to west, right? That's where that store is, where we have our sewers compound?
This is right by the sewer plant.
The sewer plant, right?
Yes, sir.
So 40th Street is, that's the one that comes where International comes down? I'm kind of lost.
More or less, 40th Street is a little bit west of Ware Road. So where nearshoring is going to end the road, we're going to take it from there. It's more or less on the 40th Street alignment. So that's what we used as a reference point.
Is that for the retention pond, or what do you, right there where our new retention pond is?
It's further south of the retention pond. This
Further
would connect.
south of it.
This will connect to Los Indios in Sherry Road.
Sherry.
And it goes all the
Okay,
way
I
to
understand.
Conway.
Oh, I understand.
In Mission. And so this will
Oh,
make
yeah.
a southern connection for us locally.
Motion to approve.
Second.
First and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Again, Mayor Pro Tem, this item is similar in nature. We're recommending authorization to TEDC Infrastructure Group. The proposed services will support the full project for Lark Avenue from Taylor Road to 29th Street. The project entails the construction of probably 1.65 miles of a 4-lane urban roadway. Staff recommends option 1, approval of the award of civil engineering consultant services to TEDC Infrastructure for the full development of Lark Avenue. This includes authorization of FY 25-26, authorization 1, the amount of $209,030. Staff further recommends authorization of future award to work authorizations 2, 3, and 4 for subsequent fiscal years as required by project development and subject to budget availability and approval by the city manager, and we open it up for any questions.
On this project, do we already have the right of way, or we still have to acquire it?
There will be some right of way, but we've had a lot of development on this corridor, especially near the Sherry Road. We've already been working, well, not us, but there's been roadway expansions that are being considered for 5 Mile that TxDOT's completing right now, and so this would help solidify a segment south of which 5 Mile or Trenton alignment.
Right.
So there's been a lot of expansion in this area.
Who's responsible for Lark Avenue between Taylor Road and Sherry? Is it half to McAllen and half to Palmhurst or Mission?
Right now, that all falls in the city limits.
It is within McAllen.
It's within our limits.
The reason why I ask, and I'm not trying to put a wrench in here, is because as we all know, well, most of us should know, Sherry Road is already being widened, right? And it goes through 4 Mile line or Lark. How further down the line do you see forecasting that segment between Taylor and Cherry?
For us, this takes it to the city limits.
Yeah.
Second?
This takes it to the city limits.
Taylor's
This
our city
project.
limits.
No, I understand, but it doesn't cross to Sherry? I thought north of 4 Mile line was McAllen and south of 4 Mile line between Taylor and Sherry was
Is Palmhurst.
ETJ.
As I understand it, the way I've seen this on our city limit map, it all falls within our corporate limits. Sherry Road is split at certain sections, but 4 Mile, we have subdivisions that are both north and south of Lark there on Sherry.
Because
I'm gonna look at the planning director.
I think you may
and
want to
make
look at
sure.
it again. Because I'm looking at it on Google and I couldn't go fast enough, but between Taylor Road and Sherry on 4 Mile line on the north side, where you have all those duplexes facing Sherry.
That's McAllen.
That's all McAllen. If you cross the street to the south of 4 Mile line, there used to be a whole row of palm trees. I think most of them are gone. That's either in Mission CTJ or the county.
Or Palmhurst.
I can reconfirm that if we need to make a separate agreement for construction.
My point is at some point I wanted to get an idea how we're going to close, I don't want to say a gap, but obviously if Sherry Road is going to become more of a high capacity roadway, then I think obviously we really need to look at 4 Mile to kind of pick that up and not be a 2-lane until you get to Taylor. And again, I think half of the road may be in county or Palmhurst, CTJ.
I can find that out. And we may have the limits wrong here.
Okay.
Because I know I got it to city limits, but I'll look into that for you.
Okay. Motion to approve.
Second.
First and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None, same, motion passes. Item 4A.
Mayor Pro Tem, item 4A is the consideration of possible approval of an ordinance updating the city's advisory boards. Both items.
3D?
Did we do 3D?
No,
Oh,
that
it-
was.
No, we still got 3D.
Oh, we still, okay. My bad, sorry about it.
No problem, Mayor Pro Tem. This is a similar item in nature. This is for RRP Consulting Engineers. The proposed services will support the full project of Sprague Avenue from Ware Road to 10th Street. The project entails the construction of approximately 2.26 miles of a 4-lane urban road. Staff recommends approval of option 1 for the award of civil engineering consultant services to RRP Consulting Engineers for the full development of Sprague Avenue. This includes authorization to FY 25-26, number 1, in the amount of $298,456.60. Staff further recommends authorizing the future award of work authorization number 2, 3, and 4 in subsequent fiscal years, as required by the project development and subject to budget availability and approval of the city manager, and we open it up for any questions.
Is this about 2 miles in length, maybe 2.5?
We have this one at approximately 2.26 miles.
And it's approximately $10 million per mile, right? Well, I'm just doing the math on the prior item.
We're probably about 7. This one does have a canal. Some of these do have canal crossings.
Oh, that's
which
right.
One in Idela has a canal crossing. This has a canal crossing. Lark would have a canal crossing. So each project has somewhat a little different items in nature, but roadway miles about 7 if we go through federal construction.
This will be a very good project to improve our east and west connectivity, especially on the north side of town.
Both Freddie and Sprague in that area would be very much needed connections. You have to go east-west all the way to Trenton, or you go up to 107.
Right.
And so these 2 corridors are key for McAllen.
Very good. Motion to approve.
Second.
First and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Now, item 4A, Mayor Pro Tem. Both item 4A and 4B come with a unanimous recommendation for approval from the Ordinance Review Committee. This is the updating to the advisory boards. Item 4A updates the advisory boards. We found that a few boards were really struggling to make quorum and that their goals and objectives could be better served by having subcommittees of existing boards. So that would eliminate those boards and create committees on other boards. And then happy to answer any questions y'all have.
Eliminate those boards and what, I didn't catch the last part.
We'll do subcommittees on other boards. So for example, the
Oh.
Senior Citizen Advisory Board, we're having difficulty getting a quorum for them. So instead, we'll just make sure that we are involving senior citizens on each of the boards instead of having a separate standalone board.
And just to be clear, it's against the Senior Citizens Advisory Board and the Ambulance.
Ambulance Evaluation Committee and the Disability Board.
And the Disability Board.
Yes, sir.
Very good. All right, make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have first and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Item 4B is reducing the number of alternates to the Zoning Board of Adjustment and Appeals. Right now, there's 5 regular members and 4 alternates. This went to the Ordinance Review Committee. We are recommending a reduction from 4 to 2 alternates. We are not removing any currently serving alternates. The ordinance would expressly allow them to continue to serve and just not replace those positions as vacancies arise.
Motion to approve. Second.
First and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Here, item 5A is consideration and possible, or Mayor Pro Tem, consideration and possible action to adopt a resolution for EDA application for Warehouse Kingdom. We discussed that in the executive
moved.
session. We recommend approval.
First and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Mayor Pro Tem, item 6A is consideration of a variance request not to provide alley right-of-way dedication and escrow requirements to the proposed Verona Heights subdivisions. Omar?
Okay, this variance is not to provide the additional 10-foot right-of-way for the alley. This property is at 2604 Northware Road. We're recommending approval of this. This will also help us because the subdivision to the north, which is Rosalinda, does not want them to have additional, does not want the additional traffic to their neighborhood.
Right.
So this would really
So
help
moved.
us.
Second.
First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Mayor Pro Tem, item 7A is review the quarterly investment report for the quarter ending December 31, 25. Sonia Resendez. Finance Director Extraordinaire, is here to present for you.
Sonia, you've been waiting.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and City Commissioners. The quarterly investment report for the quarter ending December 31st, 2025 is in compliance with the Public Funds Investment Act and the city's investment policy. The ending book value for the quarter was $453,230,836. The weighted average yield was 3.55%. The quarterly investment report was reviewed by the Audit Investment Committee on March 23rd, and, they recommend approval.
Any questions?
You want to say something, Mr. Chairman?
Any questions for Sonia?
Okay.
Well, we're going to let you stand there for the next 30 minutes.
I wanted my Mayor Pro Tem to recognize. No,
So moved to approve.
as Sonia mentioned, the Audit and Investment Committee met. It consists of Ernest Williams with the PUB and JJ and myself here representing the city, and we looked through the all of the functions that they do, and we administer, not administer, I would say that we review the administration of all of our investments, and we're extremely happy with what is going on. We got it audited, and we feel real confident that we're doing the best that we can. Our city manager is taking steps to improve some of the investment opportunities and strategies, along with our new audit investment firm, outside firm, to make sure that we have, and we're trying to earn as much money on the monies that we have. We're very grateful for the city. We're very grateful for our residents that we have a very good collection of our ad valorem taxes percentage, and we mean to make sure that it's invested in the right way so that we put it into projects that will help our community. We're very healthy, and we should be very, very proud of it. And I thank our staff and our administration for all their efforts, and their reporting are on time. That's an issue that our community, other fellow communities are having problems. We are timely, and that is what allows us to make quick and good decisions. So I'm very, very happy.
And with that, I'll make a motion to accept said report.
Second.
First and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Sonia.
Mayor Pro Tem, item 7B is future agenda items. I will offer to the City Commission to collaborate with City Attorney and see if we can put together a presentation so that the City Commission has a full understanding of the regulatory authority that the city has over various federal operations. Obviously, we are limited in the operational impact that we can have. In addition, there are legal constraints that the city has to respect in terms of our ability to regulate certain operations. So there is nothing on this agenda that impacted or was impacted by any of the comments you heard earlier. There is nothing planned for future agenda items where the city would authorize or grant permission for any federal operations, but I think it's important for the City Commission to understand what our limitations are as far as our ability to regulate those. So
I would agree. I think that would make a strong, and it's good for the public to hear it so they could be informed and show transparency in how some of that works.
We certainly don't want anybody thinking we're not thinking about it. There's just at times nothing for us to do.
And we have not been contacted by anyone with
No, sir, we
any
have not.
interest, whether private or federal, for any federal.
We have not.
We have not.
We're just on a list, that's it.
A list of 21 other cities, that's correct.
But we appreciate people being active and
Absolutely.
letting
I think
us
it's
know exactly
Absolutely.
how they feel. But we're limited to, at that time, to respond. And today, now we're responding in a manner in which we will be able to try to do the best that we can in the situations that are put from outside sources.
That's right. Any other items you'd like us to
Dios
look
por
at?
delante.
Not at this time, Mr. City Manager.
All right. Then we need to consider the executive session items. Mayor Pro Tem.
Mayor Pro Tem, with regards to items 8A through 8D, my recommendation is that the board entertain a motion to authorize the city manager and city attorney to proceed as described in executive session.
Motion to approve.
Second.
First and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Ah.
Motion carries. That adjourn the meeting.
So moved. Wrap the gavel.
It's on my gavel.
Regular City Commission meetings are held on the second and fourth Monday of each month. Meetings are broadcast on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays on the McAllen Cable Network.
you.